When it was ready, Yoyo poured it into a clean bowl she stole from the kitchen and covered it with a cloth. Her heart was beating so fast she thought it might jump out of her chest, but she was determined. The guard at the door looked at her with surprise. "You, what are you doing here, slave girl?" I'm so sorry, Mama Sikirat sent me with the prince's dinner," Yoyo said, trying to keep her voice steady. The guard studied her face before he let her pass. Yoyo stepped inside the most beautiful room she had ever seen. The king and queen sat beside the bed, their faces heavy with worry and sadness. When they saw Yoyo, the queen looked puzzled. "Who is this?" she asked. "Why would Mama Sikirat send a kitchen slave to feed my son?" The king waved his hand tiredly. Does it matter? What matters is whether he will eat it." Yoyo approached the bed slowly. This was the moment that everyone in the room held their breath. Yoyo dipped a wooden spoon into the soup and carefully lifted it to the prince's lips. The prince took the smallest sip. For a few seconds, nothing happened, and everyone waited. Then suddenly, the prince's eyes grew wide. He looked at the spoon, then at Yoyo, then at the spoon again. "More," he whispered. The queen shouted. The king jumped up from his chair in excitement. Within minutes, Prince Elo was sitting up in bed, eating the soup like a hungry man who had not seen food in weeks. The king was so happy that tears ran down his face. But their celebration was interrupted by a commotion outside the door. A guard entered, bowing low. "Your Majesty, Mama Sikirat is here, and she said she has the prince's dinner." The king and queen turned to look at Yoyo, but she had already slipped out of the room. The queen rushed to meet Mama Sikirat in the corridor. Mama Sikirat, you didn't have to bother making another dish. The one you made is already a miracle. The prince ate for the first time and he did not fall sick." Mama Sikirat's face went from worried to confused to relieved. Thanks be to the gods," she said, trying to hide her confusion. I was already afraid of the king's wrath after I sent the kitchen slave with the food and got no report back. I decided to make something else immediately, just in case." The king, still glowing with happiness, said, "Mama Sikirat, you have performed a miracle. My son is eating again. I hereby declare you a free woman. One more thing, I give you 3 days to tell me 3 things you would want me to do for you as a reward." Mama Sikirat's mouth flew open. "Freedom after all these years! Thank you, Your Majesty, thank you so much, thank you." She practically ran back to the kitchen, her mind spinning with joy and confusion. Meanwhile, Yoyo was back at the servants' quarters, smiling as she had just seen the prince after 5 years. Though she found out afterwards what Mama Sikirat did, but she cared less as she only wanted to see the prince. The next day, Mama Sikirat walked around happily. She was kind to all the slaves that day, even giving them extra food at dinner. But the celebration came to a sudden end when a royal guard burst into the kitchen the following afternoon. "Mama Sikirat," he called out urgently, "the king commands you to make the same meal you gave the prince 2 days ago. He has started vomiting again and refuses all other food." The smile disappeared from Mama Sikirat's face. Of course, she stammered. I will prepare it immediately." The guard left, and Mama Sikirat sank onto his stool, her face pale with terror. "I'm finished." "Hey!" she said urgently to her assistant. "What am I going to do? I don't even know what the food looks like, much less how to make it. I'm doomed, Aka. My enemies have come, my enemies have won." Aka advised her to make a new dish and see if the prince would eat it, while they looked for the mystery girl who actually cooked the meal. Mama Sikirat spent the next hour preparing a new dish, but when the guard returned with the bowl, his message was terrifying. The king was furious and demanded to see Mama Sikirat. Mama Sikirat felt like the world was spinning around her. Then she said, I did not cook the meal that saved the prince. I don't know who did. I'm so sorry I lied. But it was not me, she confessed to the king. Lock her up, the king commanded. In 3 days, she will be fed to the lions. The guards dragged the sobbing Mama Sikirat away as everyone in the kitchen watched in horror. Then the king made a new announcement that echoed through the entire palace. Whoever fed my son and made him well, come forward now. I will give you the greatest reward in my power. The scared Yoyo confessed to Akka that she was the mystery girl. At first, Akka did not believe her, but Yoyo pleaded until she convinced Akka. That evening, Yoyo prepared another pot of soup in her secret cooking place. Once again, Yoyo approached the prince's bedside. Once again, she lifted the wooden spoon to his lips, and once again, the miracle happened. Prince Elo not only ate the soup, he asked for more. This is impossible, the king said, staring at Yoyo in amazement. How can a kitchen slave succeed where the greatest cooks have failed? The queen studied the young woman's face carefully and asked, What is your name, child? Where do you come from? Yoyo told them all she could remember about herself. Then the queen knelt down in front of Yoyo and looked deep into her eyes. Child, I think you are Princess Yoyo of Ihu we conquered 15 years ago. The king stood up, his face showing a mixture of guilt, amazement and respect. First, said the king, you are no longer a slave. Your true identity makes you royalty. Second, said the queen, you will be given everything you need to live as befits your station. Your quarters, beautiful clothes, servants of your own, just name it. And third, said Prince Elo, if you're willing, I would like you as my personal chef until I am completely well. But I don't know how to be a princess, Eo said. I only know how to cook, clean and serve. Forget about that. You can learn, dear, the queen said kindly. And so it was decided. Yoyo moved from the slaves' quarters to beautiful rooms in the palace. She was given fine clothes and jewelry. But what made her happiest was being appointed as Prince Elo's personal cook. Every day, she would prepare his meals with love and care, and every day, he grew stronger and healthier. But more than that, she became his companion. Slowly, Prince Elo returned to full health. He could eat all kinds of food again, not just Yoyo's special soups. Yoyo spent most of her time with the prince, and the more time they spent together, the deeper their friendship grew. The love that had started when she fell at his feet was now growing into something beautiful. And though our story ends here, those who lived in the palace whispered that it would not be long before there was a royal wedding, and that the kingdom would soon have a queen who understood both how to serve and how to rule.